Okay, I have a student who wanted to do multiple levels. So just for fun, this is hey, this is how we're going to do this. If you're going to do this, make a new copy. Go ahead and fork your project, rename it to multi-level maze, and add these extra steps to be able to go ahead and see this. I'm also noticing right now, so those of you watching this draw window might be off the screen because you have it small up here in the right. Make it bigger. Make your screen resolution bigger, so make the browser smaller by increasing the size. And then when you drop this down, drop this over, and you run it, your whole maze will show up again. If you don't, it'll be off, and then it'll be up off half the screen. They changed something in the way that Replit is working, and their Pygame and SDLs are working differently, and throwing some weird warnings on the way that they draw. So I have noticed that, trying to figure out if there's a way around it where those warnings will go away, or if they're still working on it. And it may be a work in progress. But here we are. We're going to do a multi-maze, and so I'm going to go ahead and rerun this, and you'll see my original maze. I'm going to click in here and go ahead and turn on my cheat mode. So as I'm looking at the cheat mode, this is my original maze. Now, there are a couple things that I'm going to add, and I'm going to walk through this and show y'all what's going to look like whenever I go and get the cheese. Now, this is where we have it right now. I go here, and when I raise my hands, I don't hit any new keys. I have game over in 35 steps. Cool. Now, I'm like, all right, well, if I hit any key, I will then, because I have it set to, if I set off any key down, it will reset the whole thing. And now my mouse has moved a little bit because I said, well, now on my next maze, I'm going to make him jump up there to the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit the cheat so you can see it. The maze has changed. I closed over here. I closed this entrance. I opened this entrance and this entrance. And I closed some of this over here, and I opened this over here. So I changed it, just minor modifications. But now I can go ahead and move along here. And as I go down here, I can get the cheese, and it stops again. Now, presumably, I hit it and I go to another maze, but I only created 2. Because this is good enough for getting the functions done. Okay, so now I've come back. I had to finish something real quick. Here, I went ahead and added a level equals 0. I added game as a blank list. Now, I'm doing this. You may not have to do this, but this is how I ended up fixing it to make sure it worked. And so I have my M1, which is my maze 1, and M2, which is the other maze that it goes to later. Then I defined a load level method. And in here it says when level is 0 and the game is blank. So the game up here was blank. And I said we're going to load in a grid, a board, M1. I went ahead and load where my mouse is going to start and where the cheese is going to go. Currently I don't use those yet, but this is somewhere where I'm going with this, in case I want to change the cheese and mouse locations every time this particular maze is loaded. I'm going to do this in the future. So these two things weren't necessary at first, but the first one I am changing the mouse's location using that. So go ahead and put that. The cheese one, the second variable added, was not. Then I append grid, that grid that I just created, into here. All right. So the next thing I did is I went ahead and I go, well, if that level 1, or if it's ever level 1, and that first game that's in here said that its game was over, then I'm going to go ahead and come in here and load the second grid. I'm going to pop out the first one. Since it's a list, I appended a new, I had a board that was in the list. I appended a second one, then I popped out the first one, and therefore now the 0 one is the new one I just created. Then, see, I'm appending it in there, right? So it's going to go into the 0 position, and now all my code that's using the 0 position should work. I ran load level outside of the while. If you put it inside the while, it'll keep loading it, and will never stop, and nothing will work. So you got to be very careful with that. Everywhere I had game down here in my while from the original game that we created yesterday, I went ahead and said, hey, we're going to look in that list at point 0. This is the point you probably didn't have to do the list in the first place, so leaving it not be a list, I just did it so I could append it, and I made sure it was a new object every single time. So here we have all the zeros are put in there, but down here, after the eat cheese, whenever I had everything stop, I created this new thing because I had it say, hey, if the event type is, if the game over is false, you can run code. But as soon as game over was true, it stopped running my code. Well, I wanted a way to be able to run some code and say, hey, if I push any key when the game over is true, so it's showing me the words saying game over and how many steps it took, then go ahead and increase the level to 1, set the current game to false, and run that load level. So now the game over is false. So now that we've told it if its game over is false and loaded that level, it came up to the load level, and that's when the load level right here said, hey, game over is false, but it's level 1, so let's load the next level. Right? So now that that's loaded, it's going to be in the while loop, so it's never going to be coming out here. It only comes here when we call that load level down here at the bottom. So it comes back to the while and continues running all the code that is going to run the game. So now let's look at the changes I made to board. So in the board, there's a reason why this is happening. So here you see I have maze is equal to none. And I took out the maze that was up here in the top of the variables. There's a reason why. There is this thing that Python does that Java doesn't. So in Java, we just go, hey, I'm going to load this object as a new object, and it redoes everything from scratch. Great. Python doesn't do that. It says, hey, I'm going to load these as some default variables for your thing. So when you brought over a second board, it used the board, but its default variables that are in the stack are the old ones. So we have to tell it, hey, there's nothing in here. So what we did is right here, as it's coming in, I have the maze, I have the start location and that cheese location. So I'm not using cheese location yet. I'm not using it yet. But it's something for my future. And I passed it the variable that I know where I want it to be. And here, I tell it maze, there's a comma, and then there's a maze equals none. So I'm going to move that over so you can see that. This maze equal none sets it to nada. It says, hey, stack, there's nothing here. And it does it. So if the maze is none, now we're going to do that maze and give it what our array is going to look like. And now when we do that append, it's going to append the new maze. And that's the cool feature part. So it took a little bit to get to happen just like we did before, and all the rest of my code is exactly the same. The only thing I had to change was the stuff in main for how it interacted with the maze, and the maze, how I ended up loading it into memory. Those are the two primary pieces. So as I get to the steps, we'll go ahead and run that one more time so you can see this. As I load it, it said none, and then it loaded the maze just like we did before. Now I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to go ahead and move. Now, the cheese location is set into my mazes. That's why I'm not currently using it, because it's just set into the maze. Now that I've completed, I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to try and move, or I can hit any key, technically speaking, as long as it's a key down. Can't be a mouse key. It's got to be a key down. So I'm going to hit one key down, and it's going to start moving. And I'm going to be like, all right. And now I can go through the second maze, and it will say, hey, you've got it. Now, if I had a third one to load in, I would just hit the key. Now, what I could do is say, when I get to the end of the second maze, if I hit the key, it loads in and say, hey, I'm going to display the game over screen, and maybe I'll have a array somewhere that I'm just tacking on the scores and say, all of the mazes that you did, this is how many steps you did. Or keep the same steps without redoing it. You're going to have to store that in the main so that every time you restore a new board, it erases the old steps, but you need to keep those steps somehow. So you'll store those in the main if you're going to do that. Otherwise, right now, I can hit the button and the game should go to a black screen or a screen that says the game is over and unload itself from the memory. So right now, I have shown how to load a second maze and how the maze actually is not keeping the old direction, because I wouldn't have been able to go through this tunnel here. I'm going to run it one more time so you can see that. The problem we were seeing is that when you were loading, notice right there, this one and this block are blocks. So I can't go through those normally. Watch, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go up here. I cannot get through these blocks here. So I had to go around. Now, once I got the cheese, my mouse starts here. It's in a new starting location, not at the same place it was. I didn't actually move. I hit the down key. So it went to the right because that's where the start location on this maze is where the mouse is. Notice that it opened up these two that I was just talking about. And now I can actually go through those two. So it's not using the old maze's information, and I can't go this way, which is where the old maze used to come through. So you can't go through there. So therefore, it is now using, the stack has got the correct directionals. So I'm going to go ahead and save this video and post it up for those of you who are wanting to do multiple mazes. And then I'm going to do one where I'm going to load in a splat screen, and then I'm going to load in a finishing screen for the very end. Splat being the intro screen for your the game's intro screen, and then you have a splat for the who it belongs to or what company it is, yada yada yada. So we'll have some fun with that. So anyway, y'all have a good one, and good luck on modifying if you want multiple levels in your maze.